My grandma Lily used to tell me a story about whispering stones. And since I grew up on the grounds of a cemetery, I bet you can guess which stones were whispering. That's right, headstones. The way she told it, if you listen closely, some tombstones speak. They whisper the names of the guilty, but these whispers can only be heard once a year, on the day the victim died. Now, as an adult, I know this was a story she told so I wouldn't play among the gravestones. But hey, I might do a little listening. I could definitely use some help solving Chester Lloyd's case, because he was murdered. I'm convinced of it. Unfortunately, Mr. Lloyd died in the fall, so I'll have to wait a couple of months to see if the stones have something to say. Though I doubt they'll say anything at all, considering nothing paranormal ever happens here at the Garden of Memories. But a headstone does share more information than just names and dates. There's symbolism etched into the carvings. A broken sword? The person died in battle. A closed book? A secret was taken to the grave. A clock without hands? Time stopped, and there was unfinished business. Though Chester Lloyd's stone appeared like any of the hundreds of others dotting the Garden of Memories, something was added later to the base. A broken column and a rose with a cut stem. Both symbolize a life cut short, and some anonymous someone wanted us to know. Welcome back to Gravely Curious, the only podcast where snooping around old cemeteries isn't just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. I'm your host, Jane Ladling, part-time mystery enthusiast, full-time collector of scandalous facts, an occasional grave digger-upper who isn't discussing her dating life. Last time, we chatted all about Chester Lloyd and his oh-so-suspicious quote-unquote heart attack. The coroner is calling it natural causes, but I say it was death by cherry pie, because nothing about that bake sale was innocent. As promised, I went digging, figuratively this time, into the burial records for former Mayor Harold Happy Bryant, as well as our town's very own alleged murderess, Dottie Witherspoon. Happy kicked the bucket in '92. Dottie followed in 2007. And let me tell you, Dottie's funeral was the absolute social event of the year. Not because of a potluck dinner in the fellowship hall. It was a whole lot of people making sure she was actually down for the count. According to Grandma Lily, some folks came to double check that the coffin was nailed extra tight. And the family of Dottie's late husband sat front row with invisible popcorn at the ready. They'd come to make very sure she was dead and that she wasn't buried next to their kin, aka the man they believed she killed. My favorite part of the whole deal is Harold's headstone. It's made of polished marble and it's fancy, fancy, fancy. Very shiny and practically screams, "Look at me!" But here's the best part. It's engraved with a very curious line. A man of service in life and in ledger. I mean, hello, ledger! Grab your shovels, gang. We're about to dig up some real dirt. Curious wording, right? Ledger of all things? Remember, Chester Lloyd was the one throwing around accusations about somebody fiddling with the town's official books. And according to my bestie, a woman who knows everything about everyone in this town, Fiona Lawrence herself, Mayor Happy Bryant kept his own ledgers tucked away at home. Very personal and very off the books, if you catch my drift. There goes a perfectly good recording session. Oh my goodness, you're not gonna believe this, but standing at my front door is none other than Opal Bryant. Yes, the Opal, niece of the late mayor, heir to what's ever left of the Bryant fortune, and once upon a time a baton-twirling royal. She was even crowned Miss Aurelian Hills. Here's a not-so-fun fact. Back in the day, Opal and her daughter, plus a couple dozen others, thought it was hilarious to call me Cemetery Girl. Not exactly the title you want inscribed on your high school yearbook page. But today, Opal's clearly not here to twirl batons or throw shade. She's holding a box. Hi, Opal.
Don't you get all cute with me, Jane Eleanor Ladling. Everybody's whispering about that little Cemetery Girl show you've got going on.
Podcast.
I don't care what it's called. Dead people, secrets, scandal. You think you're slick, but I know exactly what you're doing. You're dragging my family's good name straight through the mud.
Are you saying your uncle was involved in Chester Lloyd's murder? Why don't you come inside? I can interview you. Let's tell your side of things.
Ugh, get real. Here, take this.
She shoves this dusty old box into my arms like it will bite her if she doesn't. What's this?
Ledgers from my uncle's office. The ledgers. The ones he didn't exactly keep under lock and key at City Hall. I found them years ago after he passed.
Why give them to me?
Because I know he didn't do anything bad to Chester Lloyd, and I'm putting an end to whatever spooky little game you've got bubbling. Today, right now.
But how do you know he didn't do it?
Because I was there, Jane. I heard him on the phone that morning before the fall festival talking about how he was always cleaning up Chester's messes. That day was no different. I am not letting your grave-chasing show, podcast, haunt my family for the next 50 years. Like moss on a headstone.
Opal, that's almost poetic.
Ugh, don't start. Just keep my name out of your weird little dead people show.
Well, that was unexpected.
Do you love curling up with a good cozy mystery? Have you ever wanted to write one? Imagine drafting your own. You decide who does what and who, offs who. Whether it's about an amateur sleuth in a small town, has a dash of romance, a clever trail of clues only you see coming, your story is waiting to be written. All Right Already is here to help. This daily how-to guide makes writing your novel manageable, no matter how busy your schedule. With step-by-step guidance from 2 best-selling authors who've published over 100 books, you'll learn how to plot your perfect whodunit, build a charming and mysterious world, bring unforgettable characters to life, and polish your manuscript to make it ready for readers. Plus, with built-in choice days to reflect, catch up, or practice, you'll move forward at a pace that works for you. Why not start now? Your cozy mystery is ready to flow from your head to the page. All Right Already, wherever books are sold, because the best mysteries might just be the ones you write.
I have spent the last 2 days elbows deep in the box Opal Bryant oh so graciously gave me. And what a treasure trove it is. 4 ledgers, people. 4. Dated between 1984 and 1989. All in Harold Happy Bryant's very own handwriting, which is neat, dry as toast, and somehow still weirdly fascinating. If you're into budget discrepancies and scandalous little notes about who made the best peach cobbler in town. Spoiler, it wasn't the mayor's wife. And tucked away in the 1987 book, one teensy tiny blink and you'll miss it line item. Donation from private source, $8,400. Deposited into the general fund, MD. Now listen, I don't want to start tossing accusations like confetti, but MD could mean a lot of things. Miscellaneous donation, mayor's discretion, mystery donor, a medical doctor. Okay, probably not that last one. But never say never around here. And really, I'm only following a line of pie crust crumbs straight into the oven. Speaking of, homemade pie sounds so good. Just not cherry. Please and thank you. Focus, Jane. To help me untangle this spicy little fiscal mess, I called in expert Peyton Lowry. When the secrets of the dead start whispering, it's always good to have a second set of ears.
Hi, I'm Peyton Lowry, retired CPA, lifelong knitter, and founder of the Aurelian Hills Board Game Club.
Peyton, take it away.
Well, Jane, based on what you showed me, I'd say someone tried very hard to hide that $8,400. It was first removed from a fund earmarked for city park repairs, then funneled back months later under vague donation language. That suggests someone borrowed the money, probably thinking no one would notice, and then scrambled to cover their tracks when Chester died.
So you're saying this wasn't a murder for inheritance or revenge. It was a counting panic?
Exactly.
Panic mixed into a fresh batch of cherry pie. So, what do we actually know? Let's break it down. Mayor Happy quietly moved some money around, probably without the whole approval part that most budgets require. Chester Lloyd found out, and someone, possibly Harold, or maybe an accomplice, used an innocent bake sale as a cover to get rid of him. If they framed Dottie Witherspoon, well, they leaned all the way into her bad girl reputation, hoping the town gobbled it up like candy. But wait, there's more. A final little wrinkle that has me clutching my hatbox. The day before Chester died, he checked out a book from the library. The title? How to Spot a Liar. Subtle, right? Due date? Never returned. And guess who just so happens to have a copy of the police report sitting on her kitchen table? Me. And guess what little detail caught my eye faster than you can say cover up? A listing of Chester's belongings found at the crime scene. Among them was the book, How to Spot a Liar. Tucked inside the front cover, a flyer, folded, creased, and underlined in furious red pen. It read, City Renovation Committee, open meeting October 3rd. That's 2 days after Chester conveniently dropped dead. So guess where I'm headed next? That's right, City Hall. And not just to finally pay off my parking tickets. Next time, I'm digging into exactly who sat on that so-called renovation committee. And spoiler alert, one of the names? Someone we've already seen skulking around this story. Someone who had very strong feelings about ribbons. Someone who absolutely despised cinnamon. Honestly, who hates cinnamon? Red flag. If you thought a little cherry pie drama was dangerous, just wait until you hear what went down with the renovation committee. Trust me, this bake sale was just the warm-up act. I'll be back soon with more delicious secrets from our very own Garden of Memories cemetery. Until then, stay curious, stay nosy, and remember, if someone tells you it was just a donation, start digging.
If you're loving these scandalous little secrets, don't forget, Gravely Curious is inspired by the Jane Ladling Mystery Series, written by Gena Showalter and Jill Monroe, where the residents may be resting, but the secrets never sleep. You can find Jane's book adventures in ebook, print, and audio. The Jane Ladling Mystery Series is a work of fiction and created by Gena Showalter and Jill Monroe. Same with the podcast. If any of the people sound like someone you know, or any of the places like somewhere you've been, that's wild, but purely coincidental. All rights reserved. Author Talk Media, LLC. No one here knows your uncle. Really. Patreon members get episodes early and without ads.